Hey everyone, welcome to this new video that we are really excited to bring to you. So, in this video, I have two very special guests with me, Utsav and Ayush, and they are here and they are representing youth. And I just wanted to take this video as an opportunity to understand the mentality, the thought processes, the psyche of 20-year-olds in general, and hopefully use the experience, the insights that I've gained through my short meditative journey so far, and yeah, hopefully answer a few questions, and hopefully something good will come out of this video. And yeah, we'd just like to go on record and say that this is the first time that we are doing this. So if we fumble, if you see us a bit nervous, we apologize in advance for that, and hopefully you'll be able to look past that and smile as well along with that. So yeah, maybe these guys can just quickly introduce themselves, just say a few words, and then we can directly dive into the Q and A's. So yeah, maybe Utsav can start off.
Yeah, hi guys. It's also my first time, so a little bit I might fumble or something like that. I don't know, but it's the first time this in this setup. To be honest, I don't have any questions prepared in my mind. But let's see, as the conversation goes on, I'll try to ask questions which I think everyone in their twenties might have in their head, and so I'll try to hit those questions and maybe get an answer, and maybe you can maybe it will help you or something like that. Let's see. Yeah, that's it. That's it from my side, I guess.
Yeah.
I think
Thank you, Utsav.
take.
So yeah,
Thank you.
I'm really glad to be a part of this conversation, and I'm sure we'll get something out of it, and
Yeah.
it will really help all of us. So yeah,
Yeah.
शुरू
So
करते
yeah, just before maybe just 5 seconds, we just spend in silence and just yeah.
First time ever.
Yeah, this really helps me embody my presence and answer my questions from a position of stillness. So, yeah. So, yeah, what's happening in your life?
हैं. So
Tell us a little bit about what's on your mind lately, what are you feeling, and yeah.
currently I'm writing a play, and I'm really excited about it. Planning to do the play in May. So yeah, अभी फिलहाल I'm really occupied with it. तो पूरा दिन उसी में जाता है.
Mm-hmm.
सो बाकी चीज़ें मैं कर नहीं पाता, जैसे बॉडी पे ध्यान देना, खाने पे ध्यान देना,
Mm-hmm.
स्टफ लाइक दैट. तो एक क्वेश्चन मेरा ये भी था कि हाउ डू आई स्टे मोटिवेटेड, हाउ डू आई स्टे कंसिस्टेंट. क्योंकि आई रियली प्लान कि हाँ ऐसे 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 करूँगा. आई स्टार्ट विथ इट, 7 days करता हूँ, 10 दिन करता हूँ, देन इट ब्रेक्स, क्योंकि कुछ ना कुछ आ जाता है.
Mm-hmm.
कभी कभी 2-3 दिन में ब्रेक हो जाता है पैटर्न.
Mm-hmm.
तो आई हैव टू रीस्टार्ट फ्रॉम स्क्रैच, और फिर वो मेंटेन हो ही नहीं पाता.
Okay.
So I would just like to add a little bit on that. So generally people like us, like in our 20s, we know all these things, that consistency is important, and having a routine is very important, and all these things. And we all we like the idea of reading a book, but that is just an idea. We don't actually go and execute it. So we know all these things, that it is going to be good and all these things, but I don't think we don't actually do it. We also know that we shouldn't procrastinate. We should have that kind of a balance in life and everything like that. We know all these facts, but but I don't think that it actually happens. And
So yeah, maybe I can there was a lot of content here.
Yeah.
So yeah, maybe I can just start off with one of the aspects about you talking about consistency and how routine and stuff like that. So yeah, like you said, routines are great and everything, but it is our inability to do that sometimes in your mind you create suffering for yourself, right? So tell me something, that whenever you are following your routine, you have set that routine for yourself. So at some point you were also motivated, right?
Yeah.
You were motivated to do that, and the inability to do that when you are in that down phase, you're feeling demotivated for some reason. So nothing about the routine is changing, right? Today also you were doing writing that script, you are doing everything. Tomorrow also you are doing that, but tomorrow on that day you are not feeling like doing it, right?
Right.
So
Right.
so do you agree that on the outside nothing has changed? It's the same thing.
Yeah.
You are going to do that same thing today, tomorrow, day after, but on day 3 that same thing, you are either bored or restless, or there is something happening. So it is not about the routine that is a problem,
Correct.
right? There is something about you that is changing on day 1 or day 3 or day 7 or day 10, which is causing you to not commit to that. So once you acknowledge that aspect, that yes, there is something in me which is changing, which is not consistent, is when you can actually you can take steps towards it. So what exactly is changing from day 1 to day 2? Most often it is your mind, the voice in your head, which is not consistent from day 1 to day 2. On day 1, say for example, say you have your routine, you are extremely enthusiastic about it. You feel, oh yes, मेरा मैं ऐसे करेगा, by 10 days I'll have a say good physical body, I have this, I'll make that. Your brain has made a very nice image of it, of the future and this and that. And on day 2, day 3, whatever, it is that same voice which is it is almost opposite. Today it's saying that no, maybe today is not the day, or anything, whatever. Everyone's voice says different things based on your past upbringing and everything, your externals. So once you understand this part, is when you can take actions towards it. And why does that happen? It's because your mind is not in your control per se, right? Because if it is in your control, you have anyway like you have decided that okay, I'm going to do this. So it's just about following through on that thing. But it is your mind which is not able to stay focused on that vision that you had, and from day 1 to day 2 it is getting distracted by the slightest of things. And understand that that is the nature of the human mind. It is very natural for anything to capture your attention, and then anything like the slightest of distractions will come in your mind. Say someone calls you to play, or someone, you get a thought that okay, today is not the best day, and then you just decide to not do that. And that's the thing. So it's a lot to do with your mind than with anything on the outside. So
basically train your mind that way.
Yeah. So this conversation, it's not like there are going to be 3 tips, you do this is more about just acknowledging these facts. Because while you might know this, that the problem, there is something that is happening, but understanding on a more granular level that this is seriously happening. It's like you breathe the air that comes out of the trees, it conceptually, but on an experiential level you have not acknowledged that, you have not been honest with yourself that the problem is with me. It is not with an XYZ person, it is not with an XYZ situation. The problem is not कि my money is less, or my girlfriend or boyfriend is doing this, so I am going to do this. Once you take responsibility of the situation, then you can act, then you can respond. Responsibility is the ability to respond. But when most people, they don't take that responsibility, the reason is outside. I didn't go to the gym because I have a big job is tiring, or because it is raining outside, or anything. The mind is very creative. It will give 10 reasons to not do
We
something.
blame external factors.
You will blame
That
externalities.
is true. Mind is very creative.
It will
bring
the
a
in
lot
fact
of
the more
thoughts.
you can understand how creative you will see the mind is a defense mechanism. It will always keep you in that story. It will justify it. If
Yeah.
say you sleep every day, say late, it will justify it. Yeah, I did this because of any reason. You can see the genius of your mind, that it is keeping you
Yeah, right.
in the positive. It is protecting you. If you don't miss the gym, yeah, today I'm tired.
आज कुछ तो अपन ऐसे
Yeah,
बात करते
today
हैं, कभी
I'm-
अपना भी
yeah.
ऐसा भी होता है, अपन बोलते हैं
Basically हम खुद को ही झूठ बोल रहे हैं.
हाँ खुद
You are
Mind
not
wise
being
is-
honest to
Yeah,
yourself.
but we know that ठीक है चल ऐसा हो रहा है, but you know what is the solution, like it, you know, how should we approach this?
So the approach is, first of all, it is not a short term approach. You can understand that this pattern has been built since 20 years, 25 years, not even 25, from generations. So to undo that by one step or three things to do this, and tomorrow you do those three things, it will not work like that. It is the same with, say, the gym. If I tell you, yeah, biceps, to do make your biceps, you do this exercise. That is not the work, right? It is still, you have to follow through on that work. So while you say taking out say 15 minutes and sitting with the contents of your mind is you doing that work. So you might think that, Arey, if I do 1 hour and I'm sitting, I'm wasting that time. But how much time do you waste in other things, because of which your productivity goes down? If you spend that 1 hour every day or whatever time you spend, automatically in the other parts, then it starts reflecting. So if at all there is a solution, it is this. Number one, it is being so honest with yourself,
Yeah.
taking the blame for whatever good or bad is happening. When something good happens, you take the credit, right? But when something bad happens, unconsciously we put it on something or someone unknowingly. So once you take ownership for that fact, then you can take actions for it. So in this case, it is just about calming yourself down and just taking a moment to just sit down for 5-10
So
minutes.
basically you are saying you need to sit down with your thoughts every day for an hour or so, something like that.
An hour would probably be a lot and scare away viewers. But yeah, 10 minutes, you can spare 10 minutes to sit still in one place, right? Don't you think if your inability to sit still for 10 minutes is a big alarm sign that you are not able to sit in one place for 10 minutes?
I like the idea that you are sitting with your thoughts for 10 minutes or something like that. But also कि मतलब I'm also scared कि अरे thoughts अपना बहुत danger रहता है भाई, कुछ बोलेगा और उस पे ध्यान दे के बैठने का मतलब और फट जाएगा ऐसा लगता है. मतलब मतलब अभी I know what my thoughts are and how extreme it can get, and if I just concentrate and sit 10 minutes, मतलब मैं वही सोच रहा हूँ, मैं उस पर concentrate करूँ तो और dangerous है. Other than that, I would just get occupied and do something else, and
that will create a pile up.
तो फिर thoughts का बैठ गया, मतलब वही आ रहा है, मतलब उस पे
Address ही नहीं करेगा तो
concentrate कर
फिर
रहा
वो
है.
pile up होगा.
But
as you said in your videos, not every thought that comes in your mind is real ना.
Yeah.
So even I know कि हाँ ये बहुत extreme जा रहा है, शायद real भी नहीं होगा, फालतू का overthinking है. तो वही, but कुछ ऐसा है फिर भी मतलब आ जाता है तो you can't ऐसा sit and उस पे concentrate. It will create more anxiety and मतलब ऐसा I feel कि I don't want to sit with my thoughts
but
for
I
15
think
minutes
उसमें भी
full
aware होना
concentrate
जरूरी है
कर.
कि कहाँ मैं सोच रहा हूँ. 10 मिनट तक मैं सोच रहा हूँ और जैसे ही वो ओवर थिंकिंग पे जा रहा है, यू कैन स्टॉप.
But वही इतना you
stop.
have to have that control in your mind ना कि the moment it goes to overthinking, हाँ चलो stop अभी, ऐसा नहीं होगा ना, वो automatically होते जाएगा ना.
So you said a few important points, that sitting with your thoughts. So when you sit with your thoughts, concentration, you are just observing that thoughts. So right now what has happened is that the voice in your head, we are so identified with it that you think you are it. But there is a gap. We are trying to create a gap. You are seeing the thoughts in your head and you are just viewing them. That any thoughts that are coming in your head, you are simply observing it, because finally understand this is based on your past.
Right.
So and like you said, you're scared of sitting with your thoughts. So and you are distracting yourself. So understand this is you, and these are your layers of thoughts. So you're keeping yourself distracted, and moving away from who you are. And this is who the world sees you, and this is all your distractions, your thoughts, everything. So today or tomorrow, you have to see them. You have to see your thoughts, because you cannot stay distracted forever. Trust me, it is so difficult to be who you are not. How can you pretend to be someone? Imagine in your skit, the skit never gets over. You come home and you are
I'm the
still
same
in your
person.
character.
Yeah.
You're still in your character. Can you realize how
Such things have
tiring that
happened
is?
with actors and all.
How tiring that is to be someone who
Be
you are
someone else.
not. You're always putting up a mask. So and then these distractions, you are addicted to those distractions to keep you from looking inside. So imagine if that one of those distractions goes away, or it doesn't satisfy you or anything, or the external situation goes bad, then you are at the mercy now. Now imagine today you are in a good position, but tomorrow imagine you are in a worse situation. Say something bad happens, say a breakup happens, or something. Now the content, now there is no escape. Now where are you gonna run? Can you run away from your mind? Now it is going to even come up in your more attention. Now you are at the mercy of it.
So sit and acknowledge, and then what? मतलब क्या मतलब बैठ के सोचा समझा
सोचा
acknowledge
नहीं.
किया, and then what?
And that's it. Every day you are just building it slowly. Now you can. Do you say someone who goes to the gym, one day he goes to the gym, do you say हाँ now what? Now what?
Basically, it is not a one
So
day thing. कि
how
सोचा
I
हो गया
approach
कर
is
लिया.
कि like I try not to dwell with it. ज़्यादा उस पे कभी बात किसी से करने हैं, because मतलब किधर तो पढ़ा था like if you say that thing out loud, then वो एकदम ज़्यादा ये होता है कि अरे मतलब मतलब कुछ भी ऐसा रहेगा, ऐसा तूने बाहर बोल, ऐसा तूने मुंह से अगर बोला कि
Affirmation type ऐसा.
हाँ, अगर if you say it out loud, then ऐसा जब तक thoughts के अंदर है तब तक you feel okay, but sometimes in a conversation or something like that, actually तेरे मुंह से जब निकलते हैं out
तो reality हो गया वो.
हाँ, तो
ऐसा.
फिर वो ज़्यादा ये होता है, ऐसा मेरे को होता है. जनरली आई ट्राई नॉट टू dwell with it, जिस पे और बात करो, उस पे और ये करो, एंड उससे अच्छा जस्ट लेट.
But don't you think it's still real in your head?
Might be.
Doesn't it feel real? Doesn't it cause you suffering, irrespective of whether you say it out loud or not?
Yeah.
Does anxiety cause you problems?
Yeah.
You don't say it out loud, but it's still happening,
Still
right?
Yeah. Sometimes. Yeah. I feel.
Yeah.
मतलब,
It's just about you releasing it. You're liberating it from your body. And that's the thing. Energy, it's the science thing. Energy cannot be destroyed, nor can it be created. Energy can only be transformed. So that same energy which is fear or anxiety, it can be transformed or manifested into something else. This is a law. It cannot go away. That's why.
Achha, okay.
So it is inside you.
Okay.
It's not outside you.
Okay.
It will eventually come outside you, and
In
then
some form,
and then
in
that's
some or
why
the other
sometimes
form.
when they say that after a breakup he
हाँ,
turned around, it was still inside him,
that
but he cried it out, and he used that creative energy, into something creative.
So,
now
any energy, it gets transformed in some form or the other.
yes,
Okay.
it is energy cannot be destroyed in this whole universe ever. It can only be changed. It can be transformed into something else. You can look it up if you want. It is a law.
No, generally people in their 20s, they always feel, I don't know about a lot of people, but I think that's what they feel, because we reciprocate.
Yeah, we
Right?
are the
So I
same.
think so.
Yeah.
When I've seen a lot of videos, so generally people, they think, they are running against time. Okay, in terms of people are going ahead and you are just feeling stuck in their life, stuck in your life.
So now tell me, if you don't achieve the things at the end of the year, what will happen? I'm saying, what will happen?
Comeback नहीं होगा.
Then what will happen if the comeback does not happen?
Regret.
Maybe more stress and then more pressure under performance. मतलब more pressure.
Pressure from whom?
मतलब वही अभी खुद we have
I think regret होगा कि मैंने ऐसा सोचा था पर वो नहीं हुआ, तो फिर वैसे थॉट्स आएंगे कि मैं कर पाऊंगा कि नहीं, मुझसे हो पाएगा, मैंने मुझे टारगेट दिया, मैं कर नहीं पाया.
फिर से वही साइकिल की वापस रनिंग अगेंस्ट टाइम. अभी टाइम और खींच रहा है, बस मतलब और रन हो रहा है, मतलब वही होगा ना.
Yeah. So you can see that all of this, you are creating the problems for yourself. There is nothing that is going to happen. It is just, and how did this happen? Because of the programming of the society. Because society is telling you that you have to do this, otherwise there you will have regret, or you will have this unconsciously, of course. And I am also part of the society. Society programs me, I program the society. I give my energy back, you give it back. So it's all happening like a cycle. So you need to question yourself. This is a very introspective thing. If I don't do this, whose approval are you seeking?
Nobody.
Is it your parents? Is it society? Some part of your society? Oftentimes it happens that it is someone else's baggage that comes onto us, and then you are constantly chasing that feeling. And you can see from your childhood, you are always chasing something. When you were in 6th standard, you're till 10th. You achieve the 10th, then you will become something. Then you were also thinking about the 10th, right? After 10th, I have this college, this. When you were in 10th, you are thinking, 12th is the most biggest exam, IIT, this, that. Your parents, everyone, yeah, 12. When you got to 12, I didn't know now, third year, what? Engineering or degree, bachelor's degree. Oh, 3-4 years, shit, this. Internship. Then marriage, kid. So you can see this is 25, 30, 40 years. You are always chasing. You're chasing all the time since generations. So now if someone tells you, it's like that hamster. You're running, and
that's how life is happening. You can't sit at one place.
Life is happening right. Where is your life happening right now? Your problems with your girlfriends, your problems with your college, everything. It's happening inside your brain, right? Everything. Your life is happening right now as we speak. If something were to happen, God forbid, should not happen, all those things are just memories, right? It's just you here right now, and it's me. This is their life. The person that's watching, their life is now in when they are seeing. That is it. Everything else is a psychological drama that is happening in your head. And you can understand, the more your brains are getting stimulated, you are chasing more and more in a more frantic manner. You're seeing more and more, there is more comparison happening on social media, on this and that. So you are getting more vulnerable now. And if you don't achieve that for some reason, you are going to be so strict on yourself. You are going to be so harsh on yourself. That shit, my comeback here did not happen. And then imagine you're going to suffer so much from that inability to chase this unrealistic goal. Your happiness does not depend on you achieving that or no. If you are not happy today, you are not going to, if your whole, suppose till that point you achieve it, you are not happy. Maybe if you reach that goal, trust me, you will again be happy for a little while. But once that the lucrativeness of that goal ends, your feeling will come back again, because you are used to that. You are used to, imagine when you got your 10th result, it was a big deal. How many days did you enjoy that? 1 week, 2 days.
Till now. अभी तक है भाई 10वीं के बाद तो नहीं, उसके बाद पढ़ाई नहीं हुआ, मैं तो आज तक एंजॉय कर रहा हूँ एकदम ट्रांसपेरेंसी के साथ.
Then why, then it's good, then why are you suffering it? Then what is causing you suffering if you are happy? It's
about,
good.
So I did not ask about that कि मतलब उसका वो suffering नहीं है, मतलब that was not.
बेसिकली वो बोल रहे हैं कि सफरिंग भी लास्ट नहीं करता है, हैप्पीनेस भी लास्ट नहीं करता, कुछ भी लास्ट नहीं करता बेसिकली. खत्म हुआ कुछ और शुरू हुआ, खत्म हुआ कुछ और शुरू हुआ.
Yeah.
तो मतलब बेसिकली लिव इन द प्रेजेंट इज अ रियल थिंग. लोग ऐसे ही.
It is the only thing.
It is the only thing.
It is the only
It is the only
thing.
thing.
Say your fight with your girlfriend exists right now only in your mind. Your inability to achieve your goals exists only in your mind. Everything exists only in the mind. It is an obvious fact, but on an experiential level, you have not embraced it. That everything is happening only in the now. And the moments when you're truly happy or you're extremely joyful, say for example when you're playing football or you're, because you're so out of your mind and you're so in the moment, you're enjoying it, that you forget about your mind and the troubles that are happening.
That 1 hour is like maybe meditation.
Exactly. So if anything, you need to replicate that feeling, that phase when time just goes by into other things. Because why you are suffering the other things is because you are in the mind or in those things, those times. That is why you are suffering. Suffering is in the mind. It is not in the. Imagine now you say you are suffering and we are not suffering. So till this point there is suffering inside you. Anxiety is inside you. And 1 centimeter outside that, there is no suffering. I am extremely happy and you are say unhappy. It is happening inside you. It is your aura. Everything, thoughts and emotions, your emotional mental baggage, it's happening inside of you. And you are setting that vibe for you, first of all, for yourself, for sure. And then unconsciously it will of course manifest into others, right? But you understand, you are the fountain. The fountain, so you can either be that fountain for positivity and joy, or you can be for suffering for everyone around you. So if you are ever doing something and you're miserable at that, then please don't do that. You sleep in one corner. The world does not need more suffering. It needs positivity, it needs your smiles, it needs your laughter. But imagine now someone is going 9 to 5 and he's going in the train. You can see unknowingly that aura is just spreading. Now imagine if someone even nudges him, "Arey kya kar raha hai?" Blah blah, some bad word, or and then he will say it spreads. You don't understand. It spreads. It's energy finally, and it just spreads and spreads and spreads. So, and you can see how one person is also so important. You unknowingly you touch so many people just from coming from there to here. You touch so many people. Now imagine if you are in a very positive, you are a positive person. You say hey, hi to everyone or anything, the smallest of things. You spread that. And just imagine, say that he walks from here to point A to point B in a cranky state. Imagine how much he's going to say. He speaks to you, he ruins your mood, you ruin my mood, I ruin say my mother's mood, my mother ruins in the yoga classes. One person, it's like a virus. It's seriously, thoughts are like viruses. It can be good also, that's why an idea spreads. But it is both positive and negative. So you should understand how much responsibility there is even on a single person. And that is how change, when you say true change, it happens from one individual person. And then what you do is not important. You sometimes, you see one watchman also say, is say doing his job very nicely.
That final,
he talks to
final,
everyone. He's such a and but he is spreading that. It doesn't matter. He's probably changing more lives than you and me. Just by saying hello, he's spreading that. And say you are say doing some MBA or say doing a big job and you are doing it in a state of suffering. तू खराब कर रहा है सबका. You're spreading suffering in the world. But understand, it is that same thing that you can convert into positivity. So after that point, what you do is irrelevant. You can do any job, the smallest of job. This thing, you can wash your dishes also nicely, and you can still spread it to everyone. In the most, like, you won't even think in what ways it is spreading, but you can still affect so many people. So yeah, there's a big responsibility, and the more connected the world gets, the more connected our thoughts and emotions become. The more responsibility there is, and your actions have lot more consequences than you think.
So what do you think, Abhi? Jesse, the world is people are selfish.
Yeah.
So what do you think? Should we also be selfish, or we should be like we should be positive, or yeah, we can choose. जैसा लोग मेरे साथ कर रहे हैं, I do that. What are your thoughts on that? How do you see that?
See, when someone is selfish, it is because he is in a state of survival.
मतलब वो वैसा हो गया ना कि मतलब if God exists, may God help him. मतलब problem उसमें actually मतलब
Like it's not even a question of problem. He's in a defense.
Right.
Once you are in that defense, so then you are of course going to think about yourself. There is no space or time or energy to think about anyone else, and that does not mean that say for X amount of money if he has, then in his mind he does not think he is at peace. He might be the richest person in the world. That's why sometimes many rich people also, they still, their mindset and everything is still, they are not enough. They are still surviving. So when you are in surviving, when that means you are more animal then. You are animalistic. So you will always create boundaries then. This is my family, this is my friend, this is my religion, this is my country. It will always be selfish. You cannot think past that. You cannot think past that. Because survival is underlying everything is fear. There is the fear of death. But death now, because we are living in sophisticated time, that fear of death has transformed into different things like guilt, anger, or shame, envy. These are all fear of something in a more sophisticated manner. So you cannot even help someone. You cannot change someone. You can only inspire someone. And how can you do that? By being it yourself. I can never tell Utsav to. I can never ever change him. I can never change you. I can change myself and hope that inspiration, that energy passes to him. That's why they say, right? Changing yourself is changing the world. Because we are primates. We role models. If you have ever seen monkeys, they have a community. They see each other and they see. So when I become something, I give the other person permission that yes, it is safe to be like this, or it is, and you unknowingly it affects their subconscious mind. It gives them a signal. अरे यार ये भी तो ऐसा कर रहा है. He is also like this, and then they can see it. But if you tell him, अरे you are selfish, he will take it as a more attack. He is already in a defense. And if you attack him, he will take it as a bigger attack. It's a big attack on your mind. It's a mind. You're not hurting him. This is an attack on your psychological defense. That oh, you are selfish, or you are lazy, or this. You will of course take it as a defense, right? And you're going to build more boundaries. You're not going to listen. But if the only thing that you can do is you can embody it and hope that it spreads. Not even hope, it will spread. If there is enough people, it will spread. Imagine if everyone in this building is positive, it will just engulf that negative. But it needs to happen because one everything spreads. So one negative can also
Spread.
it can spread. Positive can also spread. It's just about what version. So if they are selfish, and if you also become selfish, it is their thing that is spreading, right? It is bringing out your animalistic nature, and it is putting you on the defense, and that's how it's happening. Like in today's time, there's more selfish, there's more differences, there's more comparison. Say your friend went somewhere, oh shit, instead of being genuinely happy that you unknowingly it pricks you. Oh shit, he's also going here. This is happening. Are nothing is happening. And you can see how you are unknowingly becoming now selfish. Now you have to think for yourself because your thoughts are telling you अरे मेरी लग गई है मेरा ऐसा हो गया अरे ये ईयर तक मेरे को करने का है. Now you are, of course, now you are going to think about yourself now. So yeah, you just need that little bit of awareness to just step out of it. Till that basic awareness does not come in, it that cycle cannot be broken. It will just it's like a spiral. It will just go and go and go. It will spread to other people within your life. It will just to different areas, to different things. Today it's about career. Tomorrow you'll think, "Arey, abhi to meko I have to get married now because everyone is getting. After marriage, I have to get kids." It is all a part. It's all we are connected. So yeah. I hope that will.
We like him, guys.
So in any case, so now when you become, you say I am doing this, it automatically, once that presence increases in you, presence power increases in you, you become less animalistic and you are more the divine thing that you are, and you work more from that aspect because now if once your survival is taken care of, you are at a state of ease. You are not competing, you are not forcing outcomes. You are in a state of just flow. So then you can personify what you believe in, and then it can come out in the best of ways. Then your creativity truly comes out, and then it can come out in, you can maybe say you do an editing thing that inspires people. Maybe you make a skit that changes things. That's how art works, right? You are able to show your creativity, you are able to move others. But when you are in a selfish, in a defensive state, then you're not going to inspire people, right? You might say to yourself, I want to inspire people, but that inspiration is for your upliftment. You want to make money, not to help others. You want to make it to feel like increase your self-worth. There is a distinction between the two, which place you are coming from.
So इससे रिलेटेड एक जो उत्सव बोल रहा था कि 1 घंटा टर्फ खेल के what you feel that is like meditation. So उससे रिलेटेड कहीं ना कहीं एक क्वेश्चन था मेरा कि what are your thoughts on do what you love to do or do what you're supposed to do. So how do you choose between them? अगर कोई सिचुएशन मिली, अभी मैं सिचुएशन दे नहीं पा रहा, पर कोई सिचुएशन मिल गई जहाँ पे you have to choose के do what you love or do what you are supposed to do. So how do you?
Okay. So there's this
what you're supposed to do. ऐसा अभी करियर को लेके हो गया है. I love something else but I'm supposed to do this because फलाना reasons. Because family बोल रही है. तो क्या करने का मतलब फंस गया ना.
So
मेरे साथ ऐसा हुआ नहीं है पर there are friends who are like
ऐसा हुआ नहीं कि तेरा फैमिली एंड
मेरे फैमिली
बहुत सपोर्टिव चीजें हैं जो नहीं हुआ बट आई कैन सेंस. बट फिर भी तेरे को एक टाइम आएगा जब मुझे खुद पे प्रेशर आ जाएगा, तू खुद पे ही डालेगा वो प्रेशर.
तो मतलब आई हैव टॉक्ड टू माय फ्रेंड्स, तो लोग बोलते कि जिन्होंने चूज भी किया है व्हाट दे लव, उसके बाद एक कुछ लोगों ने चूज किया व्हाट दे लव, कुछ लोग सपोज टू डू, पर फिर उनका थॉट ऐसा भी है कि अगर मैंने ये चूज कर लिया व्हाट आई लव और फिर मैं उसमें नहीं बन पाया कुछ, फिर मुझे प्रॉब्लम होगी। अगर मैं मॉम डैड की सुनूं और ये करूं तो फिर तो मैं अपना अपने मन का कर ही नहीं पा रहा हूँ। तो दे आर वेरी मच कंफ्यूज्ड कि क्या करें, कैसे हाउ टू गो अबाउट।
तेरा खुद का भी डिसीजन तूने कैसे लिया है वो
हाँ।
पता लगा, कमिंग फ्रॉम अ पर्सन हु हैज
Was done it all.
हाँ मतलब
Been there, done that.
exactly been there, done that on that question.
Yeah.
मतलब you know when you left your job.
I know, मतलब इसका कोई ऐसा फिक्स जवाब नहीं होगा, बट how to approach, बस उतना मेरे को वो है कि how do you
basically what were your thoughts when you left your job?
सबसे बेस्ट
सबके बोल सकता मतलब mental
So there's this saying by Sadhguru that an intelligent person does what he loves,
yeah
but a genius does what is needed.
okay
there's a thin line
Okay.
you know choose करना है
Yeah, because like a genius, he knows exactly what is needed and he does that joyfully. It does not matter. It's not even a question of loving
Okay.
what you do. It is needed. Say today you need to earn the money. You earn the money.
Earn the money.
You earn the money. Like it is not a question of right or wrong. You can do it joyfully. So, and then the next thing is like say doing what you love or doing what you're supposed to.
Yeah.
So is it true that you can fail at what you're doing, what you're supposed to also, right?
Yeah.
You can be miserable there also. You can just fail at anything.
Yeah.
There is nothing about you can fail at your skit also, at your theater also,
100%.
or you can go to your 9 to 5 and fuck up
Fail there.
a presentation also and get fired over there. I hope not, but yeah, that possibility exists in both cases, right?
Yeah.
So that is the first thing, that you can succeed and fail at either of the things. You can do well or you can do bad in either of the things.
Right.
It is just the quality of your doing. Eventually, so for me personally, as I've first I'll talk about a little recent things and then about my decision. So in recent times, so as I was doing my meditations and everything, I was realizing that my moods were changing very rapidly, and I was enjoying things that I didn't enjoy, and I was suffering at things that I did enjoy. At past I did enjoy, and I realized that the thing has nothing to do with me. It is just me that is defining the quality of good and bad, the quality of that work. My enjoyment totally depends on me. Because say your theater group, I don't enjoy acting, you enjoy. So it's not about acting, it's about you. It's about you and it's about me. So it is about your quality of doing anything that defines it, and you have the ability to replicate that same quality in anything. So whether you are studying or whether you are doing this or that, you can do anything with that same quality. So that's why I don't want to brag, but usually whatever task or whatever sport that I usually take up, whether I do surfing or do anything, I seem to be good at it. And I enjoy it. And the more I do it, I realize that no man, you my perception of people's perception of me is that I love football. But now the more I explore myself, football is just one part of me. There are many things that I enjoy a lot, and there are many things that I do much better. If I'm being honest with myself, I am not a very good footballer. I am probably a better writer, I am a better dancer. I don't know. There are many things. The thing that
I'm a 9 to 5 normal.
Yeah, I'm good at making PPTs, I'm good at speaking and everything. But it is my bias that there was my bias, which is, after all, of course I enjoy football, but that distinction is not there. So you can still say, for me now, coming to my decision. So at that point, of course, money is also important. We are never discarding. Right now we are living in a society in which, yeah, it's a currency, so you need it. So sometimes I can understand for most people the career aspect, it comes to money also.
Yeah.
So when you think, feel, and act in the same way, that is true freedom. But when any of these three, thinking, feeling, and acting, is out of place, you will suffer. Say you are, say you are in a 9 to 5, you are working, but you are thinking about being a footballer. Say in my case, I am working, I'm acting as a 9 to 5, I'm working, but I'm thinking about that and I'm feeling stuck. There is a there is a disconnect. I will 100% suffer. 100% suffer. You say, for example, you want to be a creative video editor. That's your thought process. You feel like it, but you are not able to act it out, and you are, say, procrastinating. For example, you are not doing it. There is a disconnect. You will suffer a lot because none of these are in line. But that same thing, say I am working in my 9 to 5, but I'm thinking about how I get out of it. I'm making a plan that, okay, I have this much money and this, and I have a plan. I'm feeling motivated. Automatically, I am in alignment now. It is just a question of that shift. It now all these three are in alignment. I may not leave my job immediately, but I have aligned these things. Now I am not in a state of like in conflict. Now I'm in that phase in which then I can slowly, as you move, then slowly, yeah, you will like move out of that situation. So it's like that. And for me, so when I was working, I did not want to be like, I was not enjoying my work. I did not want to be a, a product manager or anything. I always wanted to be a footballer since I was a kid. But like you said, like because I was supposed to do. Now that supposed to, for me, it was not a financial thing. It can be anything. You guys are, it can be anything. Sometimes it is parental pressure or anything, or say a relationship thing that I have to stay in India for anything. It can be any situation. But I was feeling stuck. I was like, no, I want to be a footballer, at least, like, try it. I don't know what will happen or what not. But if I don't do it, now you're saying you will have that regret. But you can imagine when you wake up at, say, the age of 55, 60, and you have distracted yourself for 30 years, and now you sit to see that baggage. Now you can imagine how intense that regret will be. Today's regret is this much. At the age of 60, that regret is going to be this much, and you can't even do anything about it. Then how you can imagine what would be happening in that person's mind. There is no solution now. There are other solutions, but maybe he say teaches explains this to someone, or who knows. But that is gone. So for me, that was the thing, that rejection is better than regret. If I get rejected, that's fine. But I don't want to wake up in 20, 30 years with the regret of not even trying it.
But I mean, you're waking up in 20, 30, 40, 50 or something. Why think about 30, 50, 20, 50 or something? You only don't know the present moment.
But I was feeling regret in the present moment. Okay. I was feeling regret, no? And I'm saying that after 30 years, I can imagine how much more that regret will be. Because that feeling, like you said, it will never go. It will maybe get distracted because of the money I'm making, or the vacations I'm taking, or the relationship. It will just keep that feeling away, but it will never go away.
Come back sometime.
When you finally sit down and that distractions are gone, and you decide to be honest with yourself at whatever age, then what will you do? There's no way to hide.
So out of the two questions, what was your supposed to do and you loved doing?
So I was
supposed to do the.
I was doing my stand. I was working at a bank. I was like a product manager, and yeah, the money was good. I had vacation. Work was like chill. No, but my heart was wanted to do something else.
But
I wanted to
sometimes
be a
people
football.
are stuck with supposed to, for example, like you had that financial strength and backing and support of the family, but in some cases people don't have, and even though they want to get out of it, they still have to be there because they might have to provide for their family or parents or maybe a house loan or something. So they can't get out of it. They have to be there. So that is also an angle. We can't.
See, I mean, like, I cannot speak for individual situations,
Right.
but all I can say is that it is the approach. Like I said, that three in maybe for someone else, just leaving their job outright might not be the solution.
Right.
For them, maybe some different solution. But if you are in that state of conflict and you're in that state of resistance and you're questioning, no, I don't want to be here, but I'm still here, you are going to cause suffering for your family also, even though you are still providing for them. Sooner or later, it is just going to explode in the form of different sort of negative scenarios, maybe fights, divorces, or that kind of thing. So for me also, like, while there was the financial backing of my parents, and so that was a good thing, but for me to go to Spain, I knew that I have to make this much money, I need this much money, and if this money runs out, then it's done. So I found a way to make that money, right, before I quit. So, and especially in today's time, there are ways to make that money in so many ways, maybe a YouTube channel or some online something. Trust me, once you put your mind to it, you know how creative your mind is. It will once your mind decides to plan or decides that okay, I have to, once you decide, and that decision does not come from the mind, it comes from the heart, then the mind can act as a tool. It will find a way. When I left my job,
Your way when you
if I think about it, it was the most illogical decision to leave my job and everything to and but once I made that decision, that my mind made a story that yes, there is a solution. Maybe I take a plan B to say Canada PR. Maybe this is what I will do. This is what, and it will still not go according to plan. Say COVID happened, and then this happened and everything. But you will find a solution.
Creativity of your mind kept on.
Creativity of your mind plus you are in alignment with the universe. This might sound abstract, but when you are in alignment with the universe, it will work for you in the most mysterious way possible. You might think that these are coincidences, but they are not coincidences. I am in a state of connection with the universe. I am not blaming. Did you see me blaming during COVID that yeah, COVID happened, this happened? No, okay, this happened. This is how it is. Now what? Now what's my next step? I was supposed to go to Canada in June, in 2020 March, but COVID happened, so I couldn't do anything. So I was like, okay, this is the solution. What's the next step now? Maybe I keep training, keep doing this, and I'll see maybe something will open up, and something did open up. So and that's the thing. You will, if you think carefully, the universe has never let you guys down. Your mind has let you down, or you have let yourself down because of the things that you have told yourself. If anything, the universe has given you much more than what you expected. At least that's how it is for me. If I analyze it carefully, there was never a problem. The universe is giving you. You are failing to see that beauty, that gift, the gift which is the present. So yeah,
To do that, to align with the universe, you should like let go of things, or like how you're saying, right?
Be grateful for what you have.
yeah.
Accept how things are.
So first of all, it is a lot about being in the present moment. The present moment is what you have. Everything else is a psychological drama. It is the illusion. Once you let go of that, that automatically like that suffering, major part of your suffering is already gone. But and then you are okay. This is how the situation is. I am in alignment with what the situation is, and then you can take steps. This does not mean that I am universe, I will sleep and or anything. I acknowledge the situation and I'm not resisting it. Okay, I will find a solution, but I'm not going to question. अरे ये मेरे साथ क्यों हुआ, ये मेरे को क्यों छोड़ के गई, अरे मैं फेल कैसे हुआ और ये कैसे हुआ ना, नहीं गई, this is how it is. Now okay, then your response is not going to be reactive, that I know now I'm going to prove them wrong or I'm going to come back or this. No, I will still, this is how it is, I want to do this and this, yeah, let's do it. And you're coming from a place of surrender. And then the universe automatically realigns itself to reflect that state of being. Because understand, everything is a reflection of your inside and outside. If you are in a state of, flow, in resistance, it is going to give resistance after resistance after, because that is the signal that you are putting out. So yeah, that is the most important thing, understanding the distinguishing between reality and illusion. Most people, they don't even know they are living in an illusion. Like everyone has a different illusory story that's happening. The facts of the matter get lost in there. Once you accept the facts, then naturally the suffering gets goes away. Hey, apologies for that abrupt ending. Unfortunately, we had a small technical malfunction, but yeah, that was the gist of the discussion. You have to align with the present moment. Sometimes that's just how it is. So yeah, thanks a lot for reaching up to this point. I hope this was helpful to you. And if you have any other questions, if you have any inputs, anything that's on your mind, let me know in the comments. Feel free to reach out to me. And yeah, thanks a lot for watching this video, and I'll see you in the next video. Ciao.